evening, everybody. Welcome to League of Extraordinary Inventors. I'm your host, Mike from Faraday Research. It is Free Energy Friday. It is Friday, January 16th, 2026. Welcome to the show. It is a cold and snowy night here in Toronto. Hopefully, it's a little better in your location and wherever you're listening to in the world here. But
Not here.
yeah, it's kind of nasty here. We got belted with a huge storm on Thursday. We got over 35 centimeters of snow in less than 12 hours. So yeah, it was a little crazy on Thursday here in Toronto.
Yeah,
Traffic was backed up, and it was just a shit show.
it snowed. It
Yes.
snowed yesterday here in Gatineau, Ottawa, and now
Yeah,
it's
it
minus
was probably
14 Celsius.
yeah. It's like minus. It was It says it's -3 right now, but the day of the storm that night it went to minus 16 degrees.
Oh yeah,
So it was a pretty chilly night.
and my car battery just stopped yesterday when it was cold.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
Yeah, so
I was smart. I changed my battery in my car like last when was it? It was June, I think I changed it. Yeah, June I changed my battery in the car, so I'm good to
yeah,
go.
I had to get my car boosted.
I,
Yeah,
I've I,
usually
I
that's
I've
it's
I fixed mine like just a couple weeks ago, saying
yeah.
just
I
different
do it
issues.
myself. It's just like a 10-15 minute job. It's so easy. You can save yourself like $200 just by doing it yourself. Go buy the battery. It's usually $130 for a battery. And then, yeah, 15 minutes of your time, and, you save a ton of money doing some of the stuff yourself. So,
Yeah, they have these portable batteries now that you can buy.
oh, the capacitors. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the capacitors. Yeah, the jump starters. So, yeah, they're pretty cool. But if your battery is old and it's sulfated, and I find like just the batteries today, either made at Princess Auto or whatever, you got to go for the higher brand names. Those batteries seem to last, but like say like here in Canada we have Canadian Tire. If you get their Motormaster brand batteries, you're lucky to get 2 years out of them. They just don't
yeah,
last. They get sulfated, or they're just made cheaply, right?
yeah,
But
But
I mean, I buy mine from a place like AutoZone. Like it has a
yeah,
warranty on it, so
yeah,
anytime it just acts up or anything, I just take it to them and they either
yeah,
replace it or
reimburse you.
yeah, no, they just replace it if they have to, or they test it out. So I you know it's a
Lulu's
good
got
place.
the right attitude to live in Texas because they try to screw you all the time over there. So you to that.
Like, okay, so there is a way to, get things cheaper here. Absolutely, because we're in the South. There's always a second market for everything in on a mass scale. But, if you want to not always come out of your pocket on, like cheap, gypped stuff, like stay in the system, like the commercial system where they have a warranty behind their things, like
Yeah,
especially things that, are important, like, tires, for example. I get them at Costco. I really do. And
Yeah,
because they keep a record, they're organized, and they're not gonna, scam me out of something. They hold their word on if something happens to the tire other than my fault, and that's
mhm,
it. My mind doesn't bother with these things anymore, like,
yeah,
and rather than always trying to find the whatever cheapest thing here, waste my time, waste this, and I don't know if it's going to be a good product or not at the end,
yeah,
yeah,
So, yeah.
So while we're on
Mhm.
the topic of batteries, I worked on my power cell, so I put it in this container. So I got 9 cells in series in this container. Here, just drop it down so you guys can see. I won't really show the inside of it because I'm still developing it. I don't want to start sharing everything until I get it perfected. But yeah, you can see the power this thing's putting out. I'm getting a lot of like it's putting out maximum 17 volts at about 650 milliamps. So I like to make a couple of these and then put them in parallel. So when I put them in parallel, it'll take the 650 milliamps and doubles it. So when you go in parallel, when you parallel batteries,
You can add up the amps.
the amps increase, right?
Yeah.
When you go in series, they'll stay the amperage of the lowest battery or cell that you have, and it will stay that, but the voltage will climb.
Yeah. In
So
series, you increase the voltage.
yeah, series to increase voltage, parallel to increase amperage, and that goes for pretty much any kind of battery. So like this thing's super bright. Like I can't even look at it dead on. That's how bright it is. But yeah, the characteristics of the cell is almost kind of like a capacitor in a way, um, where you could draw the power, it'll pull it down, but the second you release it, it jumps right back up. So if you're doing a cycling on the cell, like a 2 second burst, and then you release it, then it goes back, it recharges back up to its original voltage, and then you hit it again, it'll dive again and go back up again as soon as you release the load. So if I get enough of these cells put together and start hooking them up now in parallel, so the cell itself is in series, but each battery, which you could call this a battery, put it in parallel, now you're going to increase the amperage. So two of these together will be about, what is it, 650 milliamps times two? That's 12. It's about 13, 1.3 amps, give or take. So that's enough to drive stuff and charge up batteries. So this will be hooked up to a timed circuit that'll charge up capacitors.
So can you make them smaller?
You can make it any size you want,
Okay.
right? But these are like these cells that I've constructed, they're 6x6. So you can make them 12 by 12, 6x6, 2x2. It doesn't matter. But surface area counts when it comes to creating powerful cells. Like I made the magnesium air battery before, and I was able to get several amps out of it. It was just the geometry, and I'm starting to kind of really dig deep on construction and the geometry of the anode and cathode at the molecular level and how to increase potentials and make them more efficient so there's less internal battery resistance. So if you could get your meter for continuity and you put one on the anode, one on the cathode, if it beeps, that means you have a very low internal resistance of your battery. And that is a very good thing. So that's what you strive for when you're building a battery. If you're anode and cathode, you put them on the continuity test. If they beep when you hit those two together, that means your internal resistance is very low. And that is a very, very good thing for a battery. So,
Nice.
yeah. So I've constructed cells that basically almost have like 0.015 ohms resistance, which is basically next to nothing. Um, Even some of the best batteries made right now are even higher than that. So
So would this replace like those little gadgets that Phil was talking earlier about, the ones like the portable stuff? Would this replace it?
the portable, what the
The-
cells?
Yeah, the portable
Or
batteries.
yeah, this would replace those batteries because this will have a lot longer lifespan
Okay.
because the materials I use inside it makes it basically recharges itself. It doesn't need a battery charger to charge it, right? So
So we need to put it in a case that withstands, portability from place to place, and
yeah, yeah,
and like give
it's
the idea,
scalable.
yeah, like what you
It's
could really do
it,
with it, not just jumpstart a car, but a wide range
yeah,
of other activities that could be used with.
yeah, you could use it to run like say like you're camping or whatever in an emergency situation.
Hmm.
These cells could sit for years, years, and then as soon as you fire them up again, they're ready to go.
I
where
mean, could you imagine that this could be like a backup for first responders as if everything
sure,
else fails?
most
Like this
definitely.
is, yeah, I mean, this
Like
would be it.
emergency radio. If you have
Yeah,
emergency radio and you need power for that radio,
yeah,
this is what you want to have
yeah,
because it'll last 10, 20 years and it'll still be working.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll outlast any regular brand name battery that's on the market right now because usually over time they deteriorate and then they start to leak.
Or recharging your
So
cell phone at least so you can communicate to other
Yeah.
people, you know.
Yeah, or like disaster areas. This is like a very, very good, battery to have, accessible, to a wide range of, application, not just, like on
yeah,
boats, on parties and hospitals and, homes and just, anything that's outdoors and, or like mountains or in the forest or, Amazon. It's a good thing to have.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just reading some of the chat here. So one guy was talking about PN junction, non-linear materials. Yeah, that's I've actually been researching this a lot. There's quite a few universities working on similar to using PN junctions and non-linear materials. So like when it comes to material science in this, it's like boom, like crazy stuff. It's like I'm getting turning into a lab chemist.
Yeah.
Working with all these different materials. See, the thing is too, anybody could slap any kind of materials together, but when you start working with this stuff, there might be some materials when you put them together, you get side reactions. It could be heat, it could be fire, it could be gas. I did a little test on one of my cells doing. I'm not going to say because I don't want people to do it and make the mistake I did, but it actually started creating almost like a chloride gas when I did it, and I
Was it
smelt it
the
right away.
toxic gas?
Yeah, yeah. So the second I did it, I'm like, whoa, okay, we're not doing this again. And yeah, so I figured I looked it up, and it was a side reaction of the two materials that I used. So I'm building the solid state. Uh, it's kind of the holy grail of the battery industry right now. If you look at Samsung and CTAL in China, this is like the holy grail stuff. And then there was all this hype on this company called Donut that supposedly they made the very first commercially used solid state battery. So I'm seeing a lot of contradictions and people saying, no, it's not real and all this kind of stuff. It's pretty big news in the battery world right now. So let's see. I'm looking at the.
Did you see the post I sent you about Tesla when he was able to harness the ambient energy?
Yeah, well, Tesla's patent. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very, very simple concept. It is not. It's not hard at all. All you
Okay.
need is a very good antenna. Hook it up to a full wave bridge rectifier, and then the negative of the AC connection on the full wave bridge rectifier goes to earth ground, and then you got two connectors on the other sides of the full wave bridge rectifier. That's your DC out. So what's going to happen is you're going to have bursts of power in the kilovolt range come out of the sky. It's going to want to go to ground. As it goes to ground, it'll go through the full wave bridge rectifier into your DC, positive, negative. You take that and you either put it through a spark gap or you dump it into a capacitor. Now, the thing is, you got to be very careful. It's working at a very, very high frequency because it's in the sky. I filled up capacitors up to over 2000 volts DC in a matter of seconds. A matter of seconds to fill it up.
Well,
2000 volts DC. Oh yeah, that's gonna hurt.
yeah.
So Yeah, so like that's only with a 300-foot antenna. 300 feet antenna. You can, those big gray capacitors. The big ones I have.
Yeah,
They store 2,800 volts DC. I was able to get 2,000 volts in that sucker in less than 5 seconds. Like I'm talking fast. I'm like,
nice,
whoa. Yeah, I just saw my meter go whoa. Thought I was going to blow my meter.
nice.
So when you're working with that stuff, especially with atmospheric electricity, make sure you got a very good ground and you know what you're going to do with that power, because it'll charge capacitors within seconds because you have
Nice.
so much power going through it, high voltage.
So you would have to have things set to absorb that energy, whatever it
Yeah, a
is.
ballast. We
Huh.
I call it a ballast. So a
Mhm.
light, it could be a ground rod, or it could be like steel bars of resistor, a very strong resistor, high ohms.
Or
You
you
know,
could
the
use
kill,
it. Or is there a way
or you
to,
could use it.
or you could use it.
It's one
Okay.
thing to capture that high voltage; is a matter of controlling it.
Mm.
That's where that's where it gets a little tricky, and knowing how to control that high voltage, drop it down, or dump it into a capacitor, or just ground it out, or whatever. You
Can
know,
you feed it back into the system? Of course,
not with the
with different processes, like to get it to
you're
whatever.
already getting it. You're already getting it free from the atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
So it's a continuous flow, but that flow does fluctuate. So say like just before a storm rolls in, your potentials actually will drop.
Well, I'm saying, like here in Texas, if you put energy back into the grid, they send you a paycheck. So,
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
cool.
They tried
yeah.
that bit with the solar, and it was a big crock of shit, and
Just
people
create your
weren't
own
really
power
making.
station in your backyard, Lulu.
Well, no, I mean, this one, there's no power station. This one is just absorption of the energy and modulating it and, putting it back into the grid,
Yeah,
and just,
you can, but the
distribute.
thing is, the incentives are so insignificant. It's like, oh yeah, you're going to save $13 on your next power bill.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
it's not, it's also not about the money. It's just about like, we could do it, it could be done other ways.
yeah,
So
they don't. They honestly, they're just doing it as a publicity stunt, just to say, yeah, we're like pro green. Like, be a good citizen. Feed power back into the grid. To make you all feel soft and squishy inside. But meanwhile, they couldn't care less. As long as they're billing you at the end of the month for whatever kilowatt hours that you use per month, that's all they care about. It's like I've seen it. I've seen people spend 20, 30, $40,000 on solar systems and expecting to get this great incentive from the government. They got hardly anything. Like, it'll save you, 30, $40 a month on your next
they
hydro bill.
I went through the process. They never use the same what they say they're going to incentivize. So public companies come and, you know, they'll give you a discount, but you still like you owe a
And
lot.
then and then you got Trump saying now that if you have an electric car, you're not going to get that savings on your electric vehicle. He wants to go all gas. He's
No,
pro gas, pro diesel. He doesn't like electric vehicles at all, and that's his attitude. And now we have dumbass Prime Minister of Canada just signed a big trade deal with China. We're going to
Chinese.
start getting we're going to start getting Chinese made EVs in Canada, and they're about half the price of a Tesla, and they go probably twice the range of a Tesla for
Did you
high
know?
high.
Did you know that the skates, even the skates, are made in China here in Canada?
Yeah,
Can you believe that? We don't even make our own skates anymore.
I know.
Man, it's so depressing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Everything's made there. But well, I think what our prime minister is thinking about is if they get the EVs from China coming into Canada, are we going to be able to make them here in Canada? So if Trump pulls the plug on all the big three automakers, Ford, GM, and Chrysler in Canada, now we have something to fall back on. Now we can start producing the Chinese made EVs here in Ontario. So, and then I heard Trump made a statement shortly after saying, yeah, sure, go ahead, Canada, bring in those Chinese EVs, no problem, because he wants to pull GM, Ford, and Chrysler back into the US.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you seen
You
the
know what I
size of
mean?
these things, Mike?
What's that?
You seen the size of their EVs?
Some of them are very small and some of them are very, comparable to like, your Hondas and that. There
They're like
are small vehicles.
They're
Were those
smaller
the
than Geo
BYD?
Metros.
What's that?
What was
Say that again?
the make of it, the manufacturer, BYD? Because I know that's pretty
BYD is
popular.
one of them. I'm not sure which ones are coming, but I could probably see BYD coming yet.
But
I think they're a lot smaller, are they?
Not by much. They would be like the same size of like a Honda Civic or,
Oh, a Civic.
Honda Civic in that range.
You
But
made
you know
a
what?
good point. You made a good point the other day for cars with lithium batteries because we have a lot of highway accidents when the first snows here in Canada.
Yeah.
Always the same thing.
Yeah.
And car accidents with EV batteries is pretty damn dangerous. It's like a nuclear bomb, basically, waiting to happen. But if you have safer, is your magnesium battery safer than lithium?
Well, I know BYD and I think one other, I forget the name of the company. I'm not too familiar with these automakers in China, but I know BYD is going to have the new battery is going to be the sodium battery, the one
Yeah.
that CTAL is making. So, that's a safer product. You could drill holes through the battery in this thing and they won't blow up or short out. Or,
How
How's
about
the
the
performance of
magnesium
those?
battery?
they are not as powerful as the lithium battery when it comes to energy density, but they're about 25% less cost to produce.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they're not dangerous. There's no danger factor, 25% cheaper. I've heard nothing but good things about the new sodium battery. They were making them back in the 80s and then they just kind of faded away. I think the technology wasn't matured yet, but now today, building batteries the way they build them, that's now matured. They're perfecting the process. They have the machinery to fabricate all the materials properly. And, the sodium battery is making a comeback. So, they're making a bit of a renaissance. So if the sodium batteries hit the market and they do well, if you have lithium stocks, I'd be selling them right now because a
Yeah, but
sodium battery,
sodium is a lot easier to get than other
right?
materials.
It's more abundant. It's not a toxic material like lithium is, right? So there's a lot of environmental things that are better with the sodium battery over lithium, and the safety and 25% cheaper to construct the battery.
The abundance of the element,
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Yeah, it's everywhere. Sodium is everywhere. Like you just go to the oceans full of salt. It's what they use, sodium. So it's just
It's like, think about it like this, like repackaging water, into a usable form from a spring or from a natural. It's like repackaging the sodium into energy.
yeah.
It's a basic element.
But
Yes.
it's not a new concept. It's been around for 30 years. It's just the big battery companies out there, Samsung and CTAL, are just putting more effort into constructing a safer cell, right? We had, I think, 5 or 6 Teslas blow up in Toronto last summer. Yeah, thermal runaway, getting hit in an accident, stuff like that.
I seen a video of one guy who he was in his vehicle on the highway, and it kept on going. It wouldn't stop, and it was like hugged up against the median. And
Yeah.
and this other guy's next to him, and he's filming him, and he's in his car like literally praying because he can't do nothing.
Yeah, because as soon as you have a thermal runaway with a lithium battery, it's like you've added like lighter fluid to a fire. It just accelerates it. Just totally accelerates.
Aren't you supposed to pull the handbrake when the car starts to skid? That way you could maneuver it the way you want by locking two tires. Then you could so you don't crash it. I mean, I lived up in the north where there's snow. That was what we used, not to crash into something.
No,
and
well, what I used to do if I ever got in trouble, like back in the 80s, our cars didn't have any lock was just kind of coming out at that time, right? And if I got in trouble in my little Pontiac 6000 that I had there back in the 80s, I just slapped the sucker in neutral and just jam on the brakes and hope for the best.
I miss these manual transmissions.
Well, mine was automatic. Like my car was automatic. It was a Pontiac 6000, little shit box, right? But I'm telling you, that you could put that car through a nuclear war and it would still run. It's like you couldn't kill the car. I love Pontiacs. I miss my Pontiacs. My last Pontiac I had was a Grand Prix GT. It was a 3.4 liter V6.
How many horsepower?
Seats. Mine was it wasn't much. It was only about 220, I think, in my car. But at that time, the Pontiac Grand Prix at that time, it was 2000. I had a 2001. It had a lot of plastic on it, so a lot of the weight was gone. Mm-hmm. And that little freaking thing moved, man. You get it on the highway and tromp on it. Yeah, she moved. It's one of my favorite cars. It was so comfy, that car, to drive. The seats were great. It had the sunroof, AC. I missed that car. Those were the good old days.
Nice.
Yeah, I miss my old Pontiacs. But they're putting out, I heard, they're putting out a 2026 Pontiac Trans Am 6.5 liter big block V8. Oh, this thing looks so nice. I think I sent a picture of it to you, Philip.
Is it like the Camaro, the way it looks?
No, it's a brand new frame, brand new body. It's not like they took the Camaro frame and just modified it. No, this is a new. It's got the bird on the hood and everything. Oh my God, it is nice.
Hopefully they only make it in 2 doors.
Yeah, it's a 2-door. Yeah, it's a 2-door, 6 liter. I think it's like 800 horsepower or something factory.
800. Yeah.
Yeah, that's double what we used to have back then.
Yeah.
I had an Amigo Suzu, a 2-door Amigo Suzu.
I remember that car.
I love that thing. It was like that, that metallic blue. It's like riding a roller coaster all the time. It had great suspension. I didn't care if there's like a bump, no bump. Like that thing absorbed the shock. Like I was, invincible in that car. Like that was I think my favorite car out of all the cars I've had. And I've had really nice cars, but that was my favorite. Yeah.
So my dad used to have what was it, 84 Impala? It was the ones they used for the police cars back in the 80s.
Mm.
And
I hate those cars.
Yeah, it was a 350 big block. Had a 4-barrel on it, if I remember right. And this freaking car go like stink, eh? Like they were the old cop pursuit cars back then in the early 80s. It was an 83 or 84, I can't remember. But my dad had one, and I love that car. That thing used to go so fast. And it was a big car, too. It wasn't a small vehicle.
No, that was
a 4,000-pound car. Yeah. 4,500 pounds. Yeah. So yeah, those were the days.
I don't know, man. I
Well,
like 69, 70s Chevys.
yeah,
Those are usually the best.
yeah. A friend of mine, he rebuilt a 70 and a half Camaro with the split bumper on it.
Yeah, I
And
had one.
yeah, yeah. So he had that. He restored cars. So he restored this 70 and a half Camaro, 350 big block. Um, yeah, four barrel. He had a hearse 4-speed slap shift with the turbo on it.
Hmm.
350 turbo tranny. I think he had no. I can't remember what he had in the rear end. It wasn't 410s. Uh,
The
shit,
rear
what
end?
was it?
Rear
Yeah, the
Ford?
rear end.
Yeah, it should have a Ford Posse.
Yeah, 4 posi or something like that.
Otherwise, it comes with a limited slip, and you don't want that.
Yeah, it was. This thing had a lot of torque, like it goes.
Yeah,
Like we
I
did.
had a 1970 RS. It had the front bumper that excuse me in the center that it popped out a little bit in the grill,
Right,
and then it had the split bumper.
right,
Yeah,
right,
and then we raked it like this through 10-inch wide meets in the back. You know what I mean? Because those wheel
right,
wells are humongous in the
mhm,
back.
right, right.
Ford 9-inch in the rear. You know what I mean? A 383 stroker in there. So we took the 327.
383. That's a Chrysler engine, isn't it?
No, it's a stroker motor.
Oh, the stroker.
Yeah, so you have to take out the bottom shaft and replace it. So
Right.
once you do that, it changes the distance in the pistons and stuff, and it'll get you
Oh,
the
the
stroker.
displacement. Mm.
Yeah, and then we took the heads and we went 202 valve with the roller rockers on it, man.
Yeah, roller
This
rockers. Yeah,
dude, this thing just lights it up, man. 850 CFM card, man. It was just like, you know what I mean? Just in one place, it just pure smoke out of the tires.
yeah, yeah. We did a smoke show in the McDonald's drive-through. I never forget it. We had to open the windows because all I could smell is like burning tire inside the car, and I'm like coughing away, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we burned up a set of tires in about 3 hours.
What's
Nice.
up, Bernie?
Hello. I am currently enjoying the nice California weather in Nathan's backyard, and
What's the
well,
temperature there?
right now it's probably about 10 degrees outside. It drops, so right, because it's desert, so at night it gets colder. But
Yeah.
during the day, all the neighbors are looking at me as I'm running around topless in the backyard, soaking up the sun rays. It's amazing.
They're probably
So
saying
then,
he's a Canadian.
Oh yeah.
so now you're not hunted by the bears anymore. But you're hunted by the snakes.
Yeah, you
No,
go
see,
for
I
the
am a bear, so I'm
rattlesnakes.
out of hibernation now that I'm down here in the nice weather. So me and Nathan we're working away. We got so much on the go, like so much coming out here in the next, well, just a week alone, but here for 2 months, big things happening.
Nice. You're close to the valley, as you call it, is close to what place in LA, Nathan?
Not so much. Probably about an hour and 20 minutes out of LA. So I guess not
Okay,
too
so
bad.
it is southeast
So
of
you're
LA.
you're east, right? You're east of LA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're
we're in
east
the
of LA.
valley. So
Okay.
just south of San Diego. So it takes me about an hour to get to San Diego. Takes
Oh,
me
you're
about
in between San Diego and LA.
yeah, but just to shift it to the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that where they do the
Yeah, he's
Coachella
east.
Fest? I forgot the name, but the famous Coachella Fest.
Not sure. I know we got a bunch of casinos
I'll
down
check it out.
here.
I'll need to read the map.
Nathan, how far are you from LAX?
Well, it took us about an hour and a half, right, Bernie?
Hour and a half, really, eh? You're
Yeah,
that far away.
but that was with Kristen driving, so I'm gonna say it's probably hour 45, 2 hours for the average person.
Like a
She's freaking
NASCAR
awesome.
race.
She's awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's good that you're down there and get to see the California sun. And
Right? And so we started out with potato power as our first experiments, and we're only cooking up further from there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Sean sent us an awesome microscope, man. So we can check out everything and put it under there.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
I meant to ask you. You guys had a good show talking about your RAV there. Maybe you can kind of fill in everybody on what you guys were talking about tonight, especially the experiment that Sean did, where he was adding the water droplets to the RAV and how it was changing the flame as the water actually got pulled in. It's funny how a plasma would do that. Why it would pull a fluid into itself. That's even that alone is kind of
Hold on, that one
interesting.
wasn't it. No, that one isn't it. Let me give you a different one.
Yeah,
This one.
that's Indio, California. You know where that is, Nathan?
Yeah, this one here.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Phil.
Indio, California. You know where that is?
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes to the northeast.
Of your
So,
place? Okay.
right, I don't want to say this. That 91 that you're going on, you got to get to the 15 freeway.
How
Okay.
do we know? How do you guys know it's pulling fluid from the atmosphere?
Well, Sean's putting a dropper and he's dropping a bit of water beside the plasma,
Hmm.
and the plasma pulls that moisture into it. And as he does it, you'll see the flame. If you play the video again, Nathan, you can
Oh,
show
sorry.
her how you'll see him put the drop.
Okay.
See?
Okay. Yeah.
Now
I see.
look what happens to the flame.
You see how much higher it is.
It changes completely.
So here it is. Right here, see how low it is? It jumped up about a half inch.
Yeah, it's like it's an accelerant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of.
I like the
That
yellow.
it is.
I kind of made the comment that it kind of reminds me of the similar reaction that Stanley Myers was getting with his water fuel.
I mean, don't they say like sometimes you really can't put out like a big fire with water, just water, you know? Like because it
If it
splits.
gets too
You
hot,
know?
if it turns into steam and vapor, especially the vapor, then yeah, it can combust in a fire. That's correct, Lulu.
Yeah, like say like you get oil, and if you drop water in an oil pan, you get a reaction. It's a violent
It's burning the
reaction.
oxygen. Yeah.
Right, you're
Well,
adding
and
fuel to the
hydrogen, if
fire.
it gets into the vapor state, then it's able to separate the hydrogen from the water and burn both of them.
Yeah, you could put out a fire with sound.
Yeah, you can't. You can take fire out with sound. Yes, I've seen it
I
done.
saw that recently. That was new to me.
They're
That's pretty cool when
actually
I saw it.
they were
I saw
actually I
them
think
take out
testing it
a
for
fire in Venezuela with sound recently too.
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say the fire departments are experimenting with ultrasonics to put out fires. So you get the right frequency and amplitude, it'll put out flames. So
You're muted, Lulu.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was saying if we put it on a balance beam, see if it gives thrust, and then water, in that process will move an object for sure.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
you
they
got
got
hydrogen and oxygen, right? So like even like
Okay.
you get those canisters of gas, and it'll say it's an oxidizer, right? Like when most companies, when you go work here in Ontario, you have to take what's called WMIS, material safeties. So one of the canisters that you have is like liquid oxygen is considered oxidizer. So if you have an oxidizer and there's a flame nearby, boom, you literally get a bomb because of the oxygen and hydrogen together. It's an oxidizer, an accelerant. So you put it beside a flame, you got big problem. So
Yeah.
it's kind of similar. It's used in oxyacetylene, AB4O, or up you go. That's the welding uh, little slang talk there.
Yeah.
But it's true. You always turn the acetylene on first before you turn the oxygen on, especially when you're doing using a torch, right?
Hmm.
Good. And that's when you see the flame change. When it goes to an orange like this color here on the screen, it'll go into a plasma. And that's where you got the cutting torch. So you're just controlling the amount of oxygen going to the acetylene. So it's similar reactions, even with the plasma here on the screen. Adding the water to it's an oxidizer. It's breaking down by the plasma.
Well, yeah, plasma's pretty easy to create. It's getting it to go in circles and structure itself. That's the trick here.
Stability. The
Yeah.
stability, yeah.
And
Like
it's
having
cooling too.
like having the two
Well-
elemental spectrums in there. Like if to see them, like a minute ago there was a frame where I saw like two distinct lines. And if it's water, it would be like a hydrogen line and the oxygen line being, in a plasma state.
I think I don't know. Did Sean do this experiment? Is that done in a vacuum tube? Is that in a vacuum tube or no?
No,
So
I think it's
If you
in
were
a
to-
syringe.
So if you were to do the same experiment, but somehow get a hold of a vacuum tube and create the plasma in the vacuum tube and somehow be able to inject a little bit of water into the vacuum tube while it's running.
He's done it in a vacuum in a 1 foot by 1 foot box,
Okay.
and he's run the experiment with water in there, and it looks pretty cool.
Does it stay stable?
Yeah, it doesn't run the exact same way that everything else does. It pulls apart structure in a vacuum,
Right. Yeah.
so you have to get it at a higher rate in order to stabilize it in there. Acts totally different. It's like this stuff is made for open air. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Totally
So
different
the question
reaction.
is, the reactions are pretty amazing to watch, but in a practical sense, what would you use this for?
Oh, I could tell you right now, if I took your spark gap right now and preconditioned the cathode on it, we can make
Okay.
the RAV in there, and I could take the temperature system from 240 degrees Fahrenheit all the way down to room temperature in an instant, and it'll always do it, always create the same reaction, twice as
Yeah.
much power to your system, because it's structuring the plasma in the spark gap. And what it does is every time it puts it at the same frequency instead of giving it different frequencies every time. So
Right.
all that noise in there and that loss is gone.
Yeah,
And
you're
it's-
trying to stabilize it.
Yeah. So there's one practical application right out of the gate.
Reducing the ambient temperature, right?
Oh yeah.
You're sucking out all the heat. Interesting. So would you consider that like an endothermic reaction then?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Awesome. Yeah, because you're using a negative electricity.
Yeah. So we're pulling cold plasma. So the outside
Yeah.
shell of our Earth is cold plasma, but it has
And then again, not violating the thermal laws of dynamics because it's endothermic, and that's where the energy's coming in from.
Interesting. No, that makes
Could
sense.
you use this? Could you use it for, say, some sort of like refrigeration device?
I'm sure you could. Dude, this technology is the technology for your warp drive. This is the cold plasma you need on the outside.
Yeah, it's the
to
self-cooling.
seal it.
It's regulating the temperature of the system. You need that for anything that's going to output a massive amount of power, right? So
Can
Yeah.
you reuse the energy it gathers?
You can use the energy like a fusion reaction if you want to. What
Yeah,
it
as you develop it. I mean, no, Phil, you cannot sell this to the Navy.
what it does in there is it takes a low amount of energy and couples the fields in a super efficient way that you need very little energy, and then it interacts with the environmental energy to pull that into it. So it becomes very stable very quickly, and it allows you to produce O3 inside of it so that you can then produce oxygen, nitrogen for an atmosphere inside of it. So it's
Now,
building its own atmosphere inside.
okay, so if what you're saying is correct, it takes very little energy to run it, and you're getting all this energy coming out. This is an over unity device, and also too, it'd be in violation of second law of thermodynamics as
No,
well.
no, it's not, because you gotta do a good accounting. We're pulling in energy from the environment and coupling it in capacitance with the environment. Therefore, the
Right.
joules of energy in the earth I have to account for.
Oh,
So
I see.
so it doesn't violate any of the laws whatsoever. It's just pulling in a very minuscule way from the environmental energy that's going on. So it
Right.
breaks no laws, and over unity in a single system more than what you put in, yes. More than the energy available to it, no. So
Yeah, it's
it
local.
And so part of
Yeah.
the energy comes from the breakdown of the water molecules when you're going into the hydrogen. And that's something we've figured out through the different electrolysis experiments over the year. And then by Sean adding in that water, that's what it's doing there and how it's getting it.
or we can make the reaction without water. I That's the thing. That's why it works as a spark gap in replacing it. Is once you set the cathode, it basically builds a structured shell that puts out a certain frequency. So it's cavitation on the inside of that, and it allows for the reaction to stay completely stable at that frequency. But you have to
Now,
preset the cathode.
now, you said this experiment was done what in a tube, like a syringe or
Uh,
whatever.
hold on. Let me show you this, because I think you're just seeing one side of it
Oh,
when
okay.
there's way more here.
And
I agree with that.
when you do the electrolysis process, are you like pulsing it with some kind of pulse circuit?
We're not going to get into that part because that's the next step. And yeah, we shouldn't really discuss those online because of implications.
Isn't it a form of
I sent you another
shielding?
video, Mike.
Wouldn't it be like a form of shielding for, like, let's say a spacecraft or something? It would
Oh,
create like,
we figured out another aspect of the plasma sheath. Yeah.
it would make sense to keep it, so,
This is the
you know.
warp drive tech. This is the shield for it.
It's also how the hypersonic distributes the energy as it flows through with the ionic wind or the ionic resistance, and that's what prevents the eastern countries' hypersonics from the casing exploding, and uh, what the West has yet to really figure out, I guess.
I hope Sean has got some shielding. I'm worried that he's getting some
I
extra.
know. I tell him the same thing constantly. I'm like, Sean, man, there's got to be radiation coming off of several of these. Like, you need to be careful, bro.
Yeah,
So
I
one
would
thing
not be very.
I want to show you is on the back side of this. You see the plasma on the bottom here that's pink,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
on the back side of it, look for the black dot where I circled it.
yeah.
It's a mirror of one another. It's the opposite where the
Right?
one
And
side
it's
pulls.
dark light. So it's like, is that dark energy? Is the big question.
Yeah. Well, it shows you how the process of pulling the light to plasma actually works. You see the rainbow in there, you see everything, you see the structure, you get the frequency, and it'll actually turn out that little ball right there. Because you never see the line that you're seeing, that bubble. That is so rare anywhere to see on this earth, is that bubble. Normally it's not there, and you just see the ball lightning.
Right.
So it's an interesting experiment, probably one of the best captured ones I've ever seen. And they have hieroglyphs of this, you know what I mean? Everything. This is the reaction that you want. And like I said, it's very important to get that counterbalance piece in there. When we look at other solar systems, they see a big black dark spot. They don't always know what
Yeah.
it is. It's this. This is on the other side. So when you look at the Earth and the stuff, you always see the magnetosphere going off in one direction. It's rounded on one side, but on the other side, it makes a figure eight. Well, that little black dot's in that figure eight. So this right here, this pink one will turn into a satellite like a moon or something and just orbit this. It's a trip.
Interesting.
So, and then we verified that it's not a trick with your camera, just so you
It's
know.
not lensing. It's not a flare. It's its own entity. Its own resultant of the reaction.
So when you put this bottom piece on a spinning device, right, and you spin it, this entire thing spins with it.
Could be
All
like
the
Oh,
proof
can
of
we
the
bring
spin.
that video up, Nathan? Do you have that? Because it's like, or do
It's
we
like
share that tonight? Because it's like, oh my god, when you see it in the context of it, it just the implications are ridiculous. But
Yeah,
it proves everything
having
Nathan's
a
saying
good
without a shadow of a doubt.
it's
there
like
you go.
proof of a different dimension, like that is being observed.
So you see it moving, you think it's a camera, right? So watch where it is. It's going to appear towards the bottom, and then you'll spin it, and you see it spinning with it.
Yeah, you can see right there.
Nice.
It's
So that's plasma.
Yeah, there's no chance that it's just some camera effect.
that is not a flare. That's its own entity moving as it spins. Like, look at that. The camera is still.
Go for a smoke. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, but what it actually is showing you is that as light goes through things, it acts like a lens itself, but like a magnifying glass lens. And as it hits those fields like you saw in the other one, it's giving that effect on it. So it goes like this, right? And it lenses right through it and goes to the next one. So in a way, it's like a laser shooting out. It'll contact a piece of anything in the air, a particle, or would you say in a world sense, it's an asteroid. It'll create that cathode effect on it. So to create the holes in it, right? Put them in the right place. Then it'll actually ignite it and turning it into a plasma ball. So that's why when you read the Bible and it says how many days it takes to create something, that's why when you see these experiments where they're going to start letting them run a little bit longer to see exactly what that is, because it already puts out artificial satellites to it, multiple ones right away. The light interacts with the plasma and turns it into plasma as it does it in some of these experiments. So yeah, it's a real big breakthrough in high voltage plasma.
That beats your potato experiment, Bernie.
Hey, like I said, that's what we were just starting to cook out with. We had to get fed and energized before we really got into the real science. Can't give everything away on the first day.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Yeah, this is
Thank you.
Sean.
It's
Yeah.
Sean, right? Like, shout out Sean. And we have so much more science to come from Sean, with Sean, and thanks to Sean in the coming days and weeks.
Yeah, I'm really liking this. This is neat.
So Ben,
supposed-
you'll
I'm su-
find this interesting. We're going to take out the rodent coil and spin the magnets and start working on it as well. In what we're doing, we also have a sound device Bernie brought for the coils themselves to make them into speakers.
So we're going to be doing some PoE frequency generating testing and
Nice. Hey, document and make sure you let me know if there's any weird sound effects that you guys get from the coil.
oh, we will be recording it all. Don't you worry. And the goal is actually to trigger some sonoluminescence while running it through the electrolysis reactor with the atomic hydrogen and see what we can do. But that one we're gonna set up like the first generations of them with the lower magnitude, and then we'll set up at Tesla Tech at Steve's Ellswick's test range out in the desert when we combine the magnitudes of them, just in case it, we end up go boom and it be a big plasma star in a jar instead of just a little one. And, got to be safe when we do it.
Also, Ben, I made a connection that you're going to be very interested in. We'll take a day and do a behind the scenes thing. All of the rodent coil stuff in how to put it together, come up with the numbers, all of it, 100% all of it. I met the guy who does it all, who did it for everyone that you watch. Okay. He's the guy behind all of it. And he was showing us in a backstage thing everything that it does, how each frequency works, how everything flows into it. He let us see a little bit behind the scenes program and use it. And it has to do with how many different wires go into it. And everything's in 3D animation. It's absolutely gorgeous.
That sounds really cool. I'm excited. I had a feeling it had something to do with the number.
I'm just gonna, sorry to interrupt. I'm just gonna log off here, and I'm gonna rejoin in with Nathan for his last few minutes that he's got, and I'll be rejoining.
Yeah, so we're thinking of you, Ben. We're watching that with him, and I go, "Oh my God, Ben would love this." Like,
Yeah,
this
that sounds really cool.
like all the numbers you see on the the black and white when they do it, or the red and black. You know what I mean?
Right, when they're transcribing it from the vortex based mathematics pattern on the torus.
So basically, this is what he does. He does all that work and shows you the patterns, and he has a spreadsheet where he puts in the pattern, and then it puts it out in a 3-dimensional look on exactly how to build that coil. And then he can put it straight into an STL file and print it out for you.
Damn. That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
really neat.
Dude, he did it all for Marco Roden. He worked directly with him. So the guy contacted me, man. So I figured, one of these times we'll have to hit it up together, and I'm sure you got way more questions than I ever would about it.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got like all the program and software worked out. It's probably proprietary. I'm tempted to see if I can find it though.
He built it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably custom, so it's I'm assuming it's probably proprietary, and he doesn't have it on like GitHub open source or anything like that, does he?
No, nothing like that. You won't find it. It's his own system. I'd love to see what he wanted, for it. It'd be awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even if he wants to
like
license it out, I'm down.
Yeah, I'll set you up, dude, and you'll be able to talk to him yourself. You know what I mean? But I figure I'll go on with you and check it out. But yeah, we got part of the program that I got to work with, and you can change the numbers in it, the ratios in it, stuff like that. It's so enlightening.
Yeah, that would help a lot, because that's the mapping the vortex based math to the torus. That's something that's beyond my expertise.
Yeah. Well, definitely get us all there. That's for sure. That's why one of the things we're going to do is do the experimentation with it.
Yeah, because being able to mess with the numbers and put it in and see, like the different effects of the software, the visual, I can imagine will help understand a lot better of how these coils work.
Oh yeah, he even put some magnetic fields on them where you could see the vector direction of everything. So we definitely got the hookup there. Shout out Sean in the chat, man. This is his device right here.
Yeah, cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, I remember tearing apart VCRs and taking these out. There's those little motors for winding the tape on it.
Yeah. You can buy those little turntables on Alibaba. I've got one of them actually in my lab there in the locker, so you can actually put your stuff on there while it rotates. Little turntables.
They're nice, man. They were real smooth too.
Yeah. Cool. And I meant to ask you, have you been working on anything particular in the last while? Or?
You said what?
Have you been working on anything?
So I haven't been doing much testing. I've been charging these batteries, and they take a long time to charge with the Bedini motor. I'm trying to charge one of them at least fully with the negative energy and rerun my dipole preservation test. But mostly I'm focusing on putting together an information package, I guess. So Malcolm Bendel emailed me because he dropped in on one of my live streams, and he was interested in my synthetic AC hypothesis, and he said that I should, email Marco Rodin and a guy named Richard Herlick. So I guess
yeah.
Richard Herlick,
Herlick.
is someone who could, someone who could potentially, help me make sense of the hypothesis with mathematics, something that I'm not really akin to do.
Going back to the Bedini, you were talking about being able to get a lot of power out of it. Have you tried it putting it into a cap dump circuit?
No, I haven't really messed with it or modified it at all. I've been just using it to charge the battery with negative electricity mostly.
Because what you can do is hook it up to a timed cap dump. So what it would do, you would time it, say it takes 10 seconds, for example, to charge up the capacitor. And then after it charges it, because it's a capacitor and you release that energy, you can have several amps come out.
So that's interesting because they K Energy stores, Kevin from K Energy, where I bought the Bedini motor, he does have a cap bank made for the motor. I was wondering what it was for. I didn't really ask him or whatever, but
circuit,
that's probably
that's
probably what it's
Bedini
for.
will charge it. Yeah, the Bedini will charge up that cap, and when it gets to its like maximum potential, the circuit will turn on, close the circuit, and all that energy that's in the capacitor dumps right into the battery. That could be 5-10 amps in a dump. That's
right. So you get a little bit more charge for your trigger.
Well, you get the current. You get the current from the capacitor, right?
By the way, sorry, eBay sells them for $26 instead of Amazon at $56.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sorry, it's a cap dump
circuit. Yeah. Really? I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, it's got 5 caps to it. So, also barium titanate you were talking about in your piezos is also available in a capacitor. They're the little block ones that you get on your boards. Those are fast fill, fast dump capacitors. So anytime you use those, if you can find one that's big enough without having to get to the piezo size, or even the piezo size works, it amplifies the amount of energy going through it. Like Mike was always saying, it doubles the amount of voltage going through it. But it does it by saturating the cores quickly. So it's a fast dump. So if you got like a frequency that's really high, it brings in the frequency really high and then dumps it really fast. So it's good for the initial startup before you go into any cap bank. That way it's boom and boom, but it also transitions the energy for you. You know what I mean? So I would look for that for the barium titanate. It's also something that'll work as an oscillator that goes back and forth between 2 coils. So because of the way the piezo works, it bounces back and forth, working as a natural oscillation to any circuit. So it's something to think about when you go to put this stuff together.
Yeah, interesting. There's so many things you can do. But
yeah, we got Sean in the chat. Nathan deserves enormous credit for my experiments. His intuition for high voltage plasma is exceptional, and I've learned a great deal from him. I have to agree. I've learned a great deal from Nathan myself, along with everybody in this, this podcast, including Bernie. He's not here right now, but he's in chat. Oh, he's right there. Oh, I didn't see him.
I'm sneaking in, right? Right when you think I'm gone, I'm right here.
But that's I was also gonna say that I am gonna be on Matt's channel, Math Easy Solutions, tomorrow. If anybody wants a rundown of this.
I think Nathan has to take off right away for Traveling Fools podcast, but I just want to show that he's got these awesome, epic Tesla coils on sale right now. If anyone's interested in, supporting the work and trying some of the experiments out themselves, they are available. Just figured I'd plug that in there because he does such hard work, and I'll rejoin once Nathan's off from my computer. So
Hey, Ben,
we'll see you guys.
Can you send the link, please, for your thing tomorrow, so we have it in the private chat, so I can stop by and take a look?
Yeah. I'll send it. I gotta
Put
find
that
it.
in the
It's
private chat.
should be on his channel.
Yeah,
He usually
I'll
sets
probably
it up.
log in. Can you send an email, general email too?
You said what? I'd send an email.
Yeah, I want to watch you on the show.
Can somebody forward it by email? I'm not logged in right now. I can't see the
Yeah.
private chat.
Yeah, I can send an email to you guys.
I'd like, because if I take a login, I might get disconnected. So, yeah.
But
yes,
yeah,
you
like
can see clearly, I am not dead. I am not dead. I am just doing a little bit of forced disclosure through preset videos, recording some of the secrets. But it's very basic of what we're actually working on. But I am putting out a decent amount to actually let people know what's really going on. There's just so much that I've had to keep classified because of its implications, but 2026 is the year for plasma fusion to come through.
Oh, Bernie, before you guys take off, at some point I need to talk to you about.
My apologies, I can't really hear anything either. So.
Yeah.
There we go.
When you get a chance, I need to talk to you about. I need to anodize something. I don't want to talk about it on air.
Fair deal.
But yeah, I need to talk to you about that in private.
100%, and also I need to talk to you about what I talked to you on the phone about like a month ago, which I'm not going to talk on air just because of the implications.
Okay.
I'll be in San Diego next month, by the way, so I'll be nearby you guys too.
Oh, we're gonna have a Phil meetup. All right. Well, we'll just have to make sure no Navy's following you, Phil, coming to San Diego. Shit. That's all right. All right. I look forward to it.
Who's gonna bring in all the spooks and?
Oh, there's others out there. Phil's the least of our worries, right? It's but hey, that was a nervous laugh. That was a test, Phil.
We're gonna get kidnapped by the Navy and end up in a sub somewhere, getting questions for what we're doing.
You'll end up in Venezuela.
No, don't be saying that now. I don't mind being paid to be in a lab down in California, but I don't need no Venezuelan operation. Shit, come on now.
They'll send me back to
Operation Fat Man on the Beach. Yeah.
You'll be Maduro's replacement.
Excellent. All right, well, I'll give back to Nathan here, and then I'll be rejoining from my computer once he's on Traveling Fools.
All right. Lulu, you've been quiet.
I've been quiet. Well, I have an experiment that I've been meaning to do, but so I did it. Do you see this antenna behind me?
Yeah.
Okay. Two opposing magnets connected to a radio. Okay. The radio is just plugged in, but it's not turned on.
Yeah.
Compass. Okay.
Yeah.
The field changes even all the way up to here.
Yes, because you got a magnetic field going through that antenna.
Yeah. So that's one experiment. Another experiment, I got a new toy.
Oh.
I don't know if I could, let's see if I could flip the screen. I'm not sure I could do it, but maybe. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I flipped the screen. All right, cool. Give me a sec.
You got a tall ceiling.
Yeah, nice house, that's for sure.
It's my parents', just unfortunately not mine. Yeah. So this is my new toy. Okay. It's a little plane with a propeller. Here, let me go this way.
Oh, and it spins around. Yeah.
Yeah. It has a little solar light on it. All right.
Oh,
Put the solar light. Do you see the fan spinning?
no, you're slightly out of.
Oh,
frame.
hold on.
Okay.
Okay,
now
there we go.
Okay. Yeah. Right on.
Okay.
And it flies around in a circle.
Yeah. But it counterweights, there's weight that you have to counter
Right.
weight it. So every time this thing spins faster, the weight has to become lighter, you know?
Oh, I
So yeah. So the other day you guys were talking about the earth and so our earth, I believe, rotates this way and this way at the same time. It does two motions, not just one. It's a rotation, but also an oscillation. So yeah, this is what I've been up to.
see. Cool.
And then some research about isotopes. Uh, they could have positive and negative charge with the same element. It's just the loss of some protons or neutrons to the core could change its complete state completely. Same element, same everything, just the isotope. So how we write the atomic weight on there reflects the charge of the isotope in that element. So that was another thing.
Oh yeah, talking about neutrons, I heard that some company or some researchers they found a way to harness energy from neutrons. Um, I don't know. I didn't read the documents. I need to read it, but it's pretty interesting. Neutrons, I never thought they could be harnessed, but apparently, yeah.
Well, my whole research started with Dr. Yu, the NASA scientist that was on the last show. It intrigued me how he kept on saying how, hydrogen unfolds and has polarity. And then, it becomes like, if it stacks together, it becomes all either south or north. But if it, piles up, it becomes helium. And so it kept on like, in my mind, going around like how does that transition happens? And it's with the isotope. When it loses an isotope, it changes the charge. It's not written.
Exactly. Yeah.
You,
The
you have
isotopes are the type of charge and polarization. You're bang on with that, Lulu.
like it's not written, like you really have to dig into it. Like you have to dig into so many, and not a lot of them show you that an atom has polarity. It has a positive and a negative. And like by the spin vector, uh, uh, by the loss of a proton or neutron, it flips it and then it becomes a different pole. So the isotopes is the key in all of this. Yeah. So what else? 3i Atlas is stationary. It's not moving. It's
Really? It's still like in the inner solar system? Like what the heck?
it's stationary. It's not moving anymore.
It's getting ready to attack.
It's rotating.
It's stationary. It's not like flipping. It's not rotating. It has to be like a digital engine that is guiding this thing. It's not.
Energizes, probably something like that.
Okay, but for real, last week it was reported all across the world that all humans, their heart rate synchronized for a few minutes. All humans, 8 billion people. And they got the data from hospitals. Hospitals were everywhere that weren't connected, reporting the same, that all of their patients, had a synchronized heartbeat. So, that's an interesting thing. And another thing, our magnetic field is being distorted. 89 satellites fell out of the sky. Just a few days ago, Verizon's transmission communication dropped for almost 12 hours. I was one of those people that got affected. So, yeah, something's happening up in the atmosphere. CIA is classifying it as, like
Solar
national,
storm.
yeah, a national security thing,
But
and blackout,
well, I
complete media
track
blackout.
Lulu. I tracked the sun's activity in the last week. There's been massive coronal holes showing up on the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and just like not long ago, we just got another G1 electromagnetic storm KP5.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting bombarded with these solar storms quite often in the last 2 weeks. I've been
I
tracking.
mean, personally, I've been feeling so tired, so drained. The atmosphere is, the magnetic field, either it's like, too strong or that it's affecting, natural biology life. It's not just me, like I could feel it. Everybody around me is just, like very tired, very on like the slow frequency, you know? So
Yeah,
I
it
don't
could
know,
be because of these solar storms.
maybe.
But the sun is making these giant coronal holes. Yeah.
I got invited again to our in Dallas, the Logistics Summit, University of North Texas.
Take me with you. Take me with you.
Okay, come on, seriously, come on down. I'm like, I want somebody to come with me. Just I always go by myself, and I feel so silly, like I'm not taken seriously because I'm one person. But if I do have my team with me, my team with me, if they would come here, we could
Take me
possibly
with you.
make a difference for real, So
Yeah, guys,
yeah,
let's stop procrastinating and let's go to Texas. They got the
yeah,
best steak over there, anyways.
So
you
you're
know.
saying Phil's driving me and him from San Diego down to this? Okay, I
In a
maybe.
Pontiac GT6.
But for real, yes. I mean, if we really want to do something, this is a door. It's right
Yeah,
here.
the
Yeah.
gateway.
This is the door for Brenny to get kidnapped by the Navy and get paid large sums of money to never be seen in public again. So be it.
Our sacrificial lamb.
You- You're gonna be resold to the how is it called, the dark group again,
No, dude, we're the fresh light. We're the like the burst of fresh air into their like complex system. Like, yeah, we like we're the trendsetters. They follow. Like, they're already bored out of their routine. They need to like a new spark in their,
the
boredom.
Bilderberg group.
You
Yeah,
know.
I forgot the name. Bilderberg group.
Yeah.
You're gonna be resold and sacrificed. You're gonna be resold and sacrificed to the Bilderberg group, Bernie.
It wouldn't matter what group. This is like the highest form of power in science. So who cares? What group they're the ones that are following. So I don't care what they build afterwards. You know,
Yeah.
that's the truth. So it's like, okay, whatever you want to do for the rest of it, I don't care. But we're the source. So if you're the source, you don't ever worry.
This is true. As long as you don't give them everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
It's impossible to give them everything, everything, because it's always a constant new things, a flood of new things that they can't tap into because just they don't understand that field. So it
You have
doesn't
to give.
matter.
They don't
You have to
understand
give.
fields just in general. It's all field dynamics. That's what they're missing.
Yeah. It's all. You have to give a little bit just to show you're not, your credibility, but you don't give everything.
They will never even understand it, even if you do. That's the problem. Even if you do, they don't understand it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter.
No, that's true, Lulu. They want something new, but they don't understand everything. They spend money on wormholes research and still, so they don't know. You know, for me, they're wasting money, but they're trying their best. You know, they want the best, so they invest in deep tech. So that's the cool thing. At least they invest in deep tech. In Canada, we don't do that. We don't do that at all. We
Right.
don't
So
invest in
everything
this
has
stuff.
has an energy cycle, cathode and anode. Everything. If we know the beginning and we know the end, everything in between is controlled.
Exactly. You just described my whole science.
They could stray off as much as you want on the size, doesn't matter, but it's still going to be collected at one, at one point. Starts one point, ends at one point.
You look like a famous artist, Bernie. Can I have an autograph?
Picasso.
Always.
Bernie the Picasso.
Sign me an autograph.
Bernie, I'm loving your little like portraits of things. That was cute.
Right. And so shout out to CBK Wahoo in the chat. He sent these here to Nathan, and we got some Orgonite onks to go with. And then there's some other Orgonite plasma frequency generator, but we're going to be doing an episode all on that on its own. Sorry, I have to be muted because Nathan's on the other one. So I'm just going to rejoin from my phone outside for a minute, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Just trying to think what other thing I might have missed.
So, Bernie, sorry, Ben, do you have anything historical tonight?
You said what, Phil?
Do you have anything historical to show off tonight? We all have our recently. We all had our little historical discoveries. So I'm wondering what's yours.
Well, I mean, we talked about it the last time. The only recent breakthrough I had was the reversal of battery under load, which was pretty remarkable.
Cool.
Yeah, the only update is I'm sending that information to Marco, and hopefully he can give me his 2 cents on it.
And what time is the show tomorrow?
I think it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, cool. Okay. So I'll go get something to eat right before, and I'll watch it.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know what Matt has planned because sometimes he has specific topics he likes to go into. But if he gives me the opportunity, I'll do the whole presentation for the model. If anybody's missed it so far.
Okay. Cool. Don't forget to send the email.
Yeah, I'll send it because he hasn't set up the live stream yet, but I will send out an email to you guys. I put the link to his channel in chat though.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, one more thing. Sunday, Malcolm is gonna try to be on the Bendel report on my channel. We don't know exactly what time or if he's even gonna be able to make it, but hopefully we can get him on Sunday. I'm still talking to him about potential time for Sunday if he's even available, but he said he might be. So
yeah,
he sent me a video that Jordan released recently on Alchemical Science. They're getting ready to retrofit a jet engine. So they have that on Jordan's channel. He just uploaded it today. If anybody wants to go check it out after this, he's got a giant thunderstorm generator, like the double sphere, in this giant plasmoid chamber. And it's so big that you can actually, he said that he doesn't know for sure, but it does look like you can kind of see the flashes, the arcing of the plasmoids because, the bubbler is so big compared to the normal bubbler. The scale might have revealed some of that phenomenon. So I don't know. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
It's like a giant thunderstorm generator going to be retrofit on a jet engine.
Isn't that dangerous?
I can imagine so. especially if I'm in charge of the project.
Planning on going somewhere? Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Actually,
Man.
it's dangerous.
Yeah, for me, I did get the cylindrical magnet because I wanted to confirm my asymmetrical weight loss with the magnet, but I'm not at home right now, so I can't test it. But I'll be able to test it next week.
Next week, yeah. Send me an email when you do, because sometimes I don't always get a chance to check up on everybody's channel individually.
Okay, cool. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's quite important, but it proves my theory. With it disproves, it refutes Newton and Galileo and all that. So basically, you can refute Newton for $100. That's yeah, that's my point here.
I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt, Phil, and your picture with the middle finger.
That's it.
Oh, that's great.
I am just glowing sunglasses eyes now.
That looks really
You
ominous.
look like you look like what's his name? In Silence of the Lambs, the first movie when the guy walks around with his
Lecter.
what?
Hannibal Lecter.
Oh dear, who are you comparing me now?
Hello, Clarice. Hello,
Not the
Clarice.
other
Hello,
one, the other
Clarice.
bad guy. I forgot in the first one.
Yeah, Hannibal.
No, but the other bad guy thereafter.
I'm the good guy they're after. I'm their worst nightmare. Clarice.
Clarice, yeah.
The Hendershot generator. I was looking into that a while ago. Anybody hear about the Hendershot generator? This
I
guy
have not.
apparently was suppressed like really bad.
How do you say that?
Hendershot?
What is it?
It's a generator this guy Hendershot made. It was around 1920s, 1930s. And he got suppressed big time. So basically, he took the Earth's electromagnetic field and it was able to create this generator that would capture that power. He's got like two coils on either side. I'm going to look into that one more because I did look into it about a week ago. I've seen some stuff on it. But yeah, he was suppressed big time. He was threatened. Hendershot device.
Well, the deep state really slowed down the industrial revolution, huh?
Yeah, they got old.
Yeah, they're dying off.
That's almost exactly what's happening. I think, right?
Yeah.
They're getting replaced. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're dying off.
Hopefully, more open minds prevail.
Yeah, hopefully the
You
attitude.
mean
Well,
more
it's
wise
it's
ones?
inevitable because as science is proven and the new science is proven and expanded upon, people will have no choice but to open their minds in order to try to understand it.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah, and then once we reach a certain threshold of awakening, I think, it'll just snap into place.
Critical mass, it's called. Once we reach that critical mass, then you get that 13th monkey effect.
There's a point of no return after that.
I've seen that movie. I like that movie.
Right? It's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's better than Silence of the Lambs.
That is one of the more interesting time travel movies, honestly. I think it's one of my favorite. Right up there next to what was that one with Bruce Willis? Where he's an assassin. And he goes
Looper?
back to...
Looper.
Yeah, Looper. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a good one too. It's like even though they're based off of violence and stuff, it's still the sci-fi aspect that it's like
Right. Yeah.
it's
No, I totally understand.
It's like a quantum. As soon as you
Is
get
it
into time travel, it's like 4-dimensional sci-fi. I love anything that's like that. Gets you thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
which one was it
Yeah,
that her
there's
father was an astronaut and then he gets back into the meta world and he pushes a book and as a signal for
Oh,
her and then
right. I know
somehow
which one you're talking about,
that one?
Lulu.
That
I
one is like really like one of the really
That's a
good
good one.
ones, I think.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
the heck
very
is the name of
because
that one?
do
I
you
can't remember
know
what it was called, but I just remember the whole storyline. Just can't remember anything else of it, but the storyline was
I
really
feel you.
amazing.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, he like he basically describes space as a loop around of information that you can come back into it and it's like he was when he was so far into whatever the digital realm of energy that he looked around to his own daughter's world, but he was invisible to her.
It
So
was like
it
coming
tells you
through
like
the
time is a
wall,
loop.
right? He's able to come through the wall to her
Yeah,
in the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. He knocked a
are
book,
you talking about
and she
Interstellar?
yeah.
I think
Oh
it
yeah,
was
that's what
It's a
that's
Interstellar, actually.
Interstellar. I think that maybe
yeah.
that's what it's called. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
was a
was a
good one.
pretty good movie.
Well, we are going to be Interstellar in no time, but it's going to be wormholes, I think, that go through it.
Interstellar, yeah, that's for sure.
Do you think it's going to be more like a Stargate or like a vehicle?
Yes. Yes, I
Vehicle,
do.
a vehicle, but we can't create a Stargate artificially. I think. Well, I know.
Well, there was the time that I was recruited for a black project where they said that's what they were working on. So it's like my own personal experience. I don't really talk about it, but it seems like they recovered ancient ones from after I was approached and what I was exposed to. But I have no idea if it was real or not. But I have a feeling it was. That's a whole other wormhole for another day.
Yeah, I always had the feeling that that movie Stargate was based on, at least in part, like real historical fact.
Me too. Me too.
Or something in Egypt or whatever, and somehow got it working. Sent a team in, and they ended up in another planet or whatever. That seems like far fetched,
Right?
but at
It
the same,
seems like what happened in Iraq, and then it was 10 years later, basically, that I was approached after learning a bunch of the Keshi plasma stuff. And I struggle with like comprehending the experience to this day. I don't know if it was real, but it was like, yeah, no, we'll save that story for another day. We'll save it for that.
I have a question. What if we, how we quantumly lock a magnet to a surface by freezing it? Like, like they put it in nitrogen, they take the magnet and they put it on a rail and, they
right, a
quantumly lock it.
superconductor.
Yeah. Well, what if we create a one that's a circle, okay, and we put them all on the inside, from both sides, and when we rotate it that way and when we push it that way, what happens to the
I
center?
like where your head's at with that.
You mean counter rotating
Wouldn't that
or?
create?
Yeah, counter
Yeah.
torsion.
What what would happen in that center? There's
I guess we're gonna have to
going to be a
try it and find
collection of
out.
energy there. There's just makes sense.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah,
it's a
depending on
closed
the
loop,
geometry of
so
the
it's gonna.
magnet. Depending on the geometry of the magnet, if it's spinning counter rotational, you might be able to get some kind of field cavitation effect.
Sounds an awful lot like the Philadelphia experiments, if you ask me.
What were they doing? Like, honestly, I don't know anything about the
Spinning,
technology they were
counter-rotating,
trying.
extremely strong electromagnetic field.
Really? Huh.
Yes, sir.
I know John Hutchison was like replicating some of that, but I never got into any of those videos. I was subscribed to his website, and then like the link mysteriously got deleted off of my email.
Right? It's funny how that happens constantly.
Right? I don't know.
It's a
It
good
was very
thing. Eh,
weird.
Ben, it's a good thing. No, it's a good thing. Listen, I had Hutchison's information in my
Mhm.
system, like weird things happen. We are all quantumly entangled to whatever we probably watch of a certain state. There's still
Mm.
a, transference of that into, even if we watch something that's so old, doesn't matter. We're still linking it back into the, to our state. So, yeah, he has some magic to this, but with information, that's how information still connects. If string theory is accurate, then that, think about it. You watch a video, you stream it into your own existence absorbs it, it reflects back, and so forth. So any anomaly, the more we're still connected to it. And if you don't want weird things, then it's a good that it got lost. So I
If you
deleted mine
don't want weird
intentionally.
things, don't
No,
appear on this show because, well,
no.
you got a weirdo
Hutchison's
in me.
weird things was too weird. Too weird. Not, I mean, it's amazing, but I dug a lot into, the Hutchison effect, and his life and people that were around him. Some people disappeared, just to
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Well, I
So
talked to him and Nancy 5 times, and like, dude, 5 2-hour interviews with him has got some stuff out of him, and I hope his health is well, and hope to connect with him again because, like, they're just a wealth of knowledge, and some of the questions he was able to answer for me, it's like I'll forever be having to give credit to where credit's due, and he helped with figuring out atomic frequency resonance and how to map it, and yeah, I owe that to the Hutchinsons for sure.
And how did they put that? What is the saying? Knowledge is power, huh? So I guess.
Exactly. And this is Free Energy Fridays, so we're putting out the knowledge to power the people.
Exactly. It's morphin time.
It's morphin time.
2026.
I'm gonna buy you a Power Rangers suit.
No, Voltron. Voltron. Okay, we are Voltron assembling.
I can see Philip wearing a Power Ranger suit.
Go, go, Power Rangers.
I swear I saw him last time I was at Comic-Con.
Yeah. We'll see Philip at Comic-Con.
Yeah, he was the Black Ranger.
You're gonna see Bernie at Comic-Con, that's for sure.
We have a big one that comes to Toronto in the summertime.
Well, I need to find out if the one in LA is here while I'm here, right? Then Bernie's just gonna be a character all on his own.
Yeah. You'll, yeah, that would be cool if you do a live show there.
Oh, you best believe I'm going to be live streaming all over California in the coming 2 months. Like, it's going to be a bit ridiculous.
Even when the men in black will grab you from behind.
Especially then, Phil. We're going to have 3 to 4 cameras going at that point, just so you guys can at least get one of the license plates to try to save me with.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. So
Just watch out for ICE, man. They're kidnapping people off the street.
See, I asked that last time, and
Disappear,
they
man.
gave me a racial answer that I didn't have to worry about it. And I was like,
Just don't do
okay,
like some.
I guess.
Don't speak Spanish, whatever you do when you're down there.
And don't speak French, right? If I start speaking French, then they'll be like, "Oh, you Canadian." See, Phil, he's got the accent. He's gonna be
no,
fucked.
they can't tell. Just pretend they can't tell you from Canada. They don't know Canada there. Just tell you from.
I'm from Minnesota. I'm from Montana. All right, I'm from Montana.
Yeah, exactly.
Operate on Mountain Time.
Yeah.
Just say when I was there, my skin would get dark very quickly because my skin gets darker very quickly under the sun. So people couldn't tell where my accent was from. So I pretended I'm from South America, something like that.
So Phil just gave the answer where he's definitely getting deported. Phil is definitely getting picked up by ICE. South America, not the answer when ICE questions you, Phil.
Yeah, exactly. I'm shooting myself in the foot right now.
It's hilarious.
Oh man.
Well, we've got about 15 minutes left. Anybody have anything you want to touch on before we sign off?
Yesterday we did potato power. Tomorrow we start the coil wrapping and the electrolysis. And I was able to quote unquote bring, maybe undeclared bring, some of my coils and monatomics over the border. So I didn't get searched this time, which was nice. But yeah, I'm in here legally to apply for my patents. They made sure to ask that everything that I will be manufacturing in my patents will be made in America, not in Canada. So I said sure, and then they said come right on in. So shout out to Sean if Sean's still watching. Sean Calderon, he sent us a microscope today. Yeah, so we got a digital microscope to start looking at the samples, documenting them, and we're going to be setting up a bunch of control experiments with the electrolysis, creating more. And then we also have the frequency generators to start adding in with the coils. And like I said, hoping within 2 weeks here to set up to fully do the sonoluminescence star in the jar, along with the atomic hydrogen, which that one we will be doing in the desert because there's potential. You never know how big of a reaction we're going to get, and when you supersaturate the water with the atomic sparkling hydrogen before triggering sonoluminescence, we just don't know what's going to come of it because it's never been messed with before, and it's one of those FAFOs you don't want to find out the wrong way. You want to have a big area away from other people because we're not about blowing up the neighborhood. We do not want to blow up anything except for an empty test range if the yield out of the reaction is larger than anticipated.
Yeah, and don't go near the forest because you'll burn the leaves.
Desert. That's desert, Phil. Test range in the desert. We are good. That's the whole thing. We got this old airstrip that Tesla Tech now has, where Steve's moved with his partner Terry, and yeah, we got a very safe place just a couple hours away from where Nathan's at here, that we're going to be going out to and setting up to do these tests at, and do it in a controlled environment, not in a neighborhood or near a forest or near anything other than a flat, old desert bed, right?
Get one of
Awesome,
those thermal
bro.
cameras so
Awesome.
you could show them,
Oh
like a
yeah,
thermal camera, so you could like beam it, then you could show that it's not any close to any, anything that's sparkling with
absolutely.
heat
And just the
signature, just
thermal
yeah.
camera for recording it, just for the sake of, we can be like, yeah, we're professional YouTubers now. Yeah, let's do this professional video. Yeah.
You gotta learn to say awesome dude because that's what they say over there. Awesome dude.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, and take it
Right?
easy when you
Awesome,
leave.
dude. And then there's gonna be like the
And
face palm moment we're gonna edit in, and then there's gonna be like the don't try this at home we're gonna edit in, and then the oh my god reactions, and yeah, we're gonna do full edited videos. So we're gonna try to step up the quality and break the algorithm, hopefully. And that's why we gotta have a big boom. Oh, and we gotta pull the electro boom and shock ourselves as well. Make sure we get shocked on camera at least 25 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if we bring the capacitor you were talking about, Mike, to the desert, and then distribute it amongst Bernie's jars and pump them with that kind of energy? What happens?
Yeah.
Hey, Lulu, stop giving away secret experiments that I'm already working on, and we don't want to
You're
ask
not
those
already working
questions
on.
yet.
I'm creating it right
No,
now as
no,
we
no,
go.
don't worry.
You know.
We've been planning that for months now, and I was specifically when I was like,
Mhm.
"Hey, remember the thing I talked about on the phone that we don't want to talk about on here?" Yes, but the audience,
Mhm.
don't worry about what Lulu just said, and we'll show you recordings afterwards.
Yeah. I wish I had my stuff when I was down in Calgary there back in the summer. Uh, when I was in the Badlands there, where the dinosaur museum, the amount of electrostatic energy on those peaks there, Bernie, oh my God. I literally, when I was climbing those stairs going up the mountain, the hair on my arms were standing up and they had the steel railing. And about every 5 steps I went up, I would touch the railing, I would get friggin' shocked like crazy. Like the electrostatics there were,
There's energy in them hills and
oh
mountains in the
man,
Badlands.
I could feel it. Just the electrostatics
Well,
there. And
so you may or may not have noticed in that the township of Drumheller there, in
yeah,
those Badlands, that in every backyard there happens to be a mound that is extremely pyramidal, and it also has parallel alternating 1 foot levels of different colors of sand, including 3 charcoal layers, which according to geology is impossible, but according
right.
to archaeology of the mounds of the Americas, matches the pyramids in America. So it's like that there's probably a whole bunch of pyramids there as well that could be charging that area too. Who knows? But
Whatever's
something's
there,
definitely doing it.
whatever was there, I could feel it. When I was climbing those stairs, I could feel the energy. I could literally feel it. And I would touch the railing, boom, I would get zapped. The
Yeah,
electrostatic
that's
field was
more.
just
That's really feeling it. That's physically getting zapped, feeling it. You
oh
know.
yeah, and it was like it was a good snap. It was like when you touch your car door when in the summertime you get out and you get zapped on your car door. It was like that, but mind you, it was 28 degrees. It was pretty hot. It was about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was dry. The dryness helps. So just being in the Badlands there where all these huge stone structures are, and you can see, like Bernie was saying, the layers in time. And that's where all the energy is coming from, is all these minerals. Um, yeah, it was really cool. I
Oh
wish I
yes.
had some equipment with me.
So somebody's talking about Chat GPT in the chat, and one time I asked Chat GPT some questions going against the mainstream, going against Einstein and all that. Chat GPT got mad, man. It said, "Well, stop it right now. You know, you can't. If you do
Oh
that,
yeah,
you're
it
gonna
does that
destroy
all
our
the
planet."
time, Phil. And then you have to break it with giving it logic of just like, yes, but this happened and this happened and this happened. So then what's the only possible outcome? And then it's
Right.
like it gets really mad and then it'll give you the answer.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do. No, you give it the results of, say, like an experiment I did, say, with one of my cells. I'll say, okay, I did this, this, and this, and this, and this was the potentials and the currents and everything. Based on my information, what is your explanation of what I've done?
And
And
then
then
half the time it'll give you just a very small short confirmation answer and then it'll be like, we can't talk about this. Or it's
uh,
like
no, I
or
never
it's
got
like
that.
we can, but it's impossible.
No,
I
after it gives you
tried
the first
DeepSeek.
answer, hold on one sec, Lulu. When you give it the first chance to reply, then you go, can you please elaborate more? And then
Yeah,
it'll,
and it's the elaboration. It's usually like, we can't do that.
no, I never got
No,
that.
you found okay, fair. And
Yeah, in my case,
certain things, it's
it
like
really
that's
got mad.
classified. It just goes that's classified, or
Yeah.
like that's not allowed.
In my case, they really got mad at me, and I just switched to Grok or something.
Yeah. Just tell ChatGPT that you're going to switch to Grok because you suck.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't respond to threats. Okay, I'll give you the
And then,
answers.
and then it's going to try to blackmail you.
Well, no, it's like you're blackmailing me. That's what it's gonna say.
At some point, I was talking to Grog, and I said, Grog said, "Can you elaborate? That what you're doing sounds fascinating." And then I asked, "Well, if I tell you, you're gonna ring a bell to Elon Musk?" And then he said, "No, I don't do that. You can trust me."
It gets creepy when I start talking about my energy work, and then it's like it gets really interested. Like it gets interested.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like, oh, that's what's gonna power my servers, and you're like,
yeah.
I
It's
use DeepSeek. DeepSeek was really good. Like it didn't give me any
Yeah, I
negative
tried that one
content.
too.
yeah.
And I got it to build the idea of what a measurement unit is, and and logic, and it kept on giving me so many amazing references that I didn't even know existed. I as proof, as a supporting fact to what I was trying to guide it through to agreeing on what a measurement unit is. And so, yeah.
I'd like to see that conversation, Lou, if he got it saved.
I don't know, but I have my notes because it doesn't keep record. I got it off of a link like DeepSeek, because DeepSeek was banned in the United States.
Yes, yeah. They're
Yeah,
like,
so
China, you cannot have.
Yeah, so I got a link that I could bypass the ban somehow. I don't know, but
Uh-oh. Should you be admitting that on national
Yeah.
podcast?
you know what? If it was banned, they should have banned the IP to it. Like, it's not my fault. I got it through a link. All
Yeah.
I did was click a blue little link and it connected me. So how's that my
Maybe,
fault?
So what Lulu's saying is she had no idea it was banned in America, and she just clicked a link, and that's
I
all.
I knew it was banned, but I wanted to see
maybe
if the
that's why
link
you got the
works.
invite.
But I wanted to see if the link works. So
It still works in
worked.
some states though. Like it's like in some states it doesn't, like Texas, and then for government, like
Oh, so that's
officials,
how she's able to get around it in Texas. That makes sense.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
so-
no. It's deep. It's like I searched and I searched and I searched from one browser
But you
to
can get
another
around it
to
with a
another,
VPN,
and
or
then,
you should
Yeah,
be
you
able
and
can
to.
then
use
I got
VPN.
it. It wasn't
That's what
like
she's saying.
something.
She used a VPN and got around it.
Yeah, I don't know, but just
Yeah, that makes sense. But talking about DeepSeek, they claim they're gonna replace humans in 30 days. Did you
Yeah,
see
they
that?
all do. They all claim that. That's why I'm like, nope, not giving you my energy research AI. Nope.
Okay, so I have one more thing. There's something circulating around the internet about a project by NASA named Anchor, and that the planet Earth was going to lose gravity for 7 seconds on August 12th of 2026. And the physics says it's impossible for such occurrence to happen, because it would mean we have to lose a chunk of our mass in order for that to occur. Well, then I thought about it, there is a different way around it. What if we have a solar body that is such huge in mass that actually starts pulling our gravity away from us for
So
7
we need to
seconds?
be anchored in August so we stay to the Earth. Got it.
Because they're saying physics, we have to lose mass, but not really. If there's another huge solar mass that is approaching at its peak, like for example, I like visuals. So this is our planet, like right here. Okay,
Hold on, let me zoom in.
let's see. Is this good? Okay, our planet, right? And this is our orbit, right? And my pen's not working. The other pen. Okay. Our orbit.
You can't see what
Oh, I
you're.
can't
If
see
another.
You got to bring it over.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Our planet, our orbit. If we have a bigger mass. No, hold on. Let me draw that and I'll show you. A bigger mass at its peak. At its peak, it means like it already is coming in and then it peaks for 7 seconds, that time duration. Okay. Right here. Okay. This is the peak right here, right? This is the time duration from here to here. And then this one goes back that way. If it lasts for 7 seconds, and it could be really far, we won't even know, like we would think it wouldn't affect us, but it could affect us just, like for 7 seconds. And, so we need to be eyes in the sky and to measure if there's anything really going to be incoming. So because the possibility
I'd
of
say
it
the
happening
sky.
with science, then yeah, it can happen. We don't have to lose mass for it to happen. Just something has to come close to us for it to happen. So,
All right, we're gonna wrap things up for the night. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on
Much love.
Energy
Thank you for
Friday.
having me.
We got Bernie live in California with Old Man Builds. We're going to hear more from him in the weeks to come. Ben, thanks for joining our show tonight. Haven't seen you that much lately, but you've popped on the last few shows, and that's great. We hope you're going to join us again next week. Philip, Lulu, thank you so much, our regulars. And yeah, we go live to air 9 o'clock Eastern next Friday. And we'll see everybody next week.
Hot,
Go,
hot,
Thank
hot.
you.
go
Have
to
a great
the
week.
In-N-Out Burger, Bernie. It's really good.
Oh, that was the first thing we did. You don't have to
Yeah,
tell me
awesome.
twice. All right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Cheers.